Hello everyone, welcome to What If Naruto Was Abandoned and Become Uchiha Dragon Emperor Part 9. Please go support Sith Trooper 09 for writing that awesome fanfic. The Truth of Itachi Uchiha. Naruto opened his eyes to find himself in a dark room which had a lit candle as its only source of light. He tried getting up, but his body ached. He had never felt this tired since his first day's training with the dragons. He looked at himself to see that he was covered in bandages all over and his thighs were mended more carefully than the rest of his body. He could feel something happening to his body, but he suspected it was medicine. What happened? Last thing I remembered was he thought, trying to recall what happened, and he remembered Itachi dying. Itachi? So he is dead. Good to see that you are finally awake. Naruto looked to see a man wearing an orange mask with one eye hole entering the room. Dante tried to get up. You should rest for now. The cells should be doing their trick and constant friction might disturb their work. Cells? Who are you and what did you do me? Asked Naruto, trying to get up, but his body was in pain and would not allow him to get up. I told you to not try getting up. I healed you of your wounds after the battle. Must be been epic to see. Shame I wasn't there. Must be a powerful jutsu to create such devastation. As for who I am, well, and the man pulled his mask a bit to reveal his Sharingan. Naruto gasped at seeing the Sharingan and then, his left eye activated to reveal Itachi's Manjikam and the Amaterasu flames came to life, burning the man. What? The Amaterasu? Arrogant, the man stumbled back to the shadows. Naruto clutched his left eye in pain and he could feel blood leaking out. What? How do I have the Amaterasu? He thought to himself as he heard chuckling and the man came back in. Ah. The Amaterasu. Itachi sealed it into you in order so that it would activate and kill me upon seeing my Sharingan. Well, it's good I kept several things hidden from him, otherwise I would be burned to death. Even in death he never ceases to amaze me. Sealed? What are you talking about? Itachi sealed the Amaterasu in you and probably the Tsukiyomi as well, but that's not important. He sealed them into you to protect you. Protect me? Naruto asked in confusion. Why would the killer of his clan want to protect him? HMPH. Haha. Yes. To protect you. You think you know all the truth about Itachi, but thing is you don't know the truth about Itachi. What nonsense are you spouting? It doesn't matter anymore. He is dead. And you still haven't answered my question. Who are you? Guess I'll have to iterate from the very beginning. As for who I am your older brother, of course. What? And the man unveiled his mask to reveal that he was Obito Uchiha. The firstborn of Nao and Rai Uchiha, older brother of Shisui Uchiha, nephew to Kiyomi Uchiha and your older cousin. My name is Obito Uchiha. Obito Nai-san. BB, but you should be dead, you died in the Third Ninja War. Said Naruto, not believing his older cousin was still alive. Her reports of my untimely demise were exaggerated to say the least, but I am very much alive. Look at you. My younger brother all grown up to become great-granduncle's legacy. I heard that you were married to 3 girls. I've seen the first one. She is pretty by the way, Naruto, and congratulations. How are you alive? Asked Naruto, still in shock. Well, guess I better start. When the boulder crushed me I was saved by none other than your great-grandfather Madara Uchiha himself. Great-grandfather? It can be. Oh, but he was alive. Was? Yes. He died 17 years back, of old age, as the statue could not support him anymore. Informed Obito. He survived the battle against Hashirama Senju and lived in hiding from the leaf, planning for the future, and I has chosen to fulfill his plans. Plans? What kind of plans are you talking about? And what does this have to do with Itachi? Asked Naruto, and Obito chuckled. So finally curious on Itachi, huh? Well, I'll get there eventually, but to understand Itachi why he killed the clan you have to understand the history of the Uchiha clan as a whole. Said Obito as he sat down to tell Naruto the story of the clan and of Itachi. After the last shogun died, nations under noble houses and daimyos had begun to war with each other in what is now called the Warring States period. Nations fought for the right to exist and to extend their territories and sphere of influence. 2 clans stood out among all these as the most powerful clans. The Uchiha and the Senju. The Uchiha clan was known for their exceptional chakra, the Sharingan, and their versatility in combat. They were recognized as a clan made for war. And there was the Senju clan of the forest. Its leader was Hashirama Senju, who with his wood style, was feared by all and recognized as the strongest shinobi of his time. He and our ancestor, Madara Uchiha, have fought countless battles on many fields, such was the rivalry between the Uchiha and Senju. When one nation hired the Senju, their enemy would hire the Uchiha. That was the status quo. Eventually both clans, after 200 years of non-stop fighting, had grown tired of the fighting and it threatened to wipe out both clans. Hashirama sent for peace and by pressure from our clan, Madara accepted. So both the Uchiha and the Senju clan along with all the clans allied with them founded a place where they could live in peace. The village hidden in the leaves. But the Uchiha and the Senju were always like oil and water, never able to coexist. Madara feared for the safety of his clan, but no one would listen to him. They called him a madman who was hungry for power and who wanted to reignite the flames of war. So, he left the village as a man betrayed by all. And years later, he would fight Hashirama once more, creating the Valley of the End as a result, and while history says Madara died, he was still very much alive. Madara planned for the future, and when I was crushed by the boulder and left to die, his creations, the White Zetsu, saved me and nursed me back to health. And Obito stopped for now, wanting Naruto to process that info first before dropping the big bombs. Tell me, Naruto, have you ever wondered who your father is? No. And I don't care who he is. Ah, but you should. And who is he? Tell me, is he dead or he left me? The latter. Your father was none other than the fourth Hokage Minato Namikaze. And Naruto's eyes widened in shock. What? The fourth Hokage is my father? Asked Naruto in shock and disbelief. Then why did he leave me? He shouted in rage at the information and the things it meant. Your father and mother, my aunt, Kiyomi Uchiha, started dating and he got her pregnant with you, but Minato always had one girl in his eyes. That red-haired devil, Kushina Uzumaki, and he left your mother for her. When a natural disaster called the Nine Tails attack happened 17 years ago, Kushina had sacrificed Kiyomi to the Grim Reaper so that the fox could be sealed inside your half-siblings, Menma and Mito Uzuka's. That damned witch, shouted Naruto in anger now that he knew how his mother truly died. She dares to sacrifice my mother for those two disgraces. I'll kill her. I'll torture her for all eternity. She will pay for what she did to my mother and on my life. I can't wait for that, but here is where Itachi comes in. You see, after the Nine Tails incident, the Hokage and elders, under the advice of Danzo Shimura, had relocated the entirety of the Uchiha clan to the outskirts of the village because they suspected an Uchiha was behind it, but that wasn't true at all. Lied Obito to not reveal his involvement in the Nine Tails attack as he needed Naruto for his plans. They put the clan on the outskirts because of their fear for us and that we might use the new Jinchuriki for our own plans. So, the clan was relocated and kept under 24/7 watch by the Anbu Black Ops. And the Uchiha had grown resentful of this treatment, so they planned a coup d'etat. A coup d'etat? Whispered Naruto, not believing what he heard. Yes. A coup d'etat. The mastermind behind it all was none other than the clan head, Hyugaku Uchiha, the father of Itachi and Sasuke. And when word got to the Hokage and elders, they planted a spy who was from the Uchiha clan. That spy was Itachi himself. Itachi was a spy. Yes. You could not even begin to imagine his burden. He was forced to report all of his clan's activities and plans to the Leaf's higher-ups. As time progressed, it seemed as though peace could be achieved, but Danzo took things too far as he attacked Shisui Uchiha for his eyes and nearly killed him. Danzo attacked Shisui Nai-san. Yes. For Shisui's power, the Kodomatsukami. Shisui managed to escape however, but his injuries were beyond healing, would eventually die, but he entrusted Itachi his eyes in the event that you awakened the Manjikam so that you can have the eternal. He was right all along. What else? And that is where the Uchiha massacre happened. You see, when word of Shisui's death spread, the clan decided to launch the coup in a few weeks' time. A civil war sparked by a clan like the Uchiha would be severely weaken the village, and other nations would be joined as well. Fearing this, Danzo gave the order for Itachi to kill his clan. All Itachi asked was that you and Sasuke's life be spared. Lies, Naruto shouted at Obito, his eternal Manjikam blazing in an unholy red glow. There is no way that I'll ever believe you. Everything you said was a lie. Itachi, he was pure evil. He slaughtered our clan and became an Akatsuki terrorist. He took the burden of all this on himself. You could not even begin to imagine how he felt. He wasn't even 5 years old when he saw the carnage of the Third Ninja War, and it shaped Itachi's mind as he grew. He killed the clan and fled from his birth village to spy on the Akatsuki because the organization had threatened his home. He came back to the village after the failed invasion and the third Hokage's death, who promised to protect you, to remind Danzo, Kushina and the elders that he was still very much alive and still a threat. Everything you say is a lie, said Naruto, denying the truth about Itachi, and tears started falling down his cheeks. You're still alive, are you not? He chose to be the one to end his clan. He killed his superiors, his comrades, his lover, his mother, his father, but he could never kill his younger brothers. To him, the lives of you and Sasuke were more precious than the village. He thought he could redeem himself by dying by either yours or Sasuke's hands and restart the clan, an Uchiha clan better than the previous one. He accepted disgrace in the place of honor and hatred in the place of love. He chose to walk a path of darkness, one that only either of you could light it. And Naruto screamed out loud. He screamed in pain at the truth of Itachi, at what he must be suffered and how he hated him all these years for it. Naruto punched the floor, cracking it with the strength of his fists, and he wept and cried laugh. An. Like urine in season 2 after the death of Hans. Nothing's changed, Naruto screamed as his tears fell to the floor and wetting his bandages. You gullible, useless fool, nothing's changed, nothing. Obito decided to give Naruto some space, knowing he'll eventually come over it later. Obito had to suppress his ears from hearing the painful screams of his younger cousin as he let out years of pain and trauma onto his screams. Nothing's changed, my life was a life and it still is, nothing's changed. Next day, Naruto stood over a lake, watching the sunset as tears streamed down his cheeks. Yesterday, he was reunited with his wife and army to reveal his new plans. The destruction of the Hidden Leaf and the invasion and conquest of the elemental nations. Naruto-kun. His wife called him as he slowly turned to face her, but his eyes were close. Are you okay? I am fine, my mirror flower. I promise you on our unborn child that I will destroy the Hidden Leaf village for the crimes they committed against our family. Starting with the death of Kushina Uzumaki and Danzo Shimura. Naruto declared as he opened his eyes to reveal that his eyes had changed to purple with white ripples. Yes, Naruto had awakened the Rinnegan and was more than willing to use it against his enemies. 8 Tails capture. 3 days later, it was 4 days since Naruto learned the truth of Itachi, and 3 days since he awakened the Dojutsu of the famed Sage of Six Paths, the Rinnegan. Obito had given Naruto a scroll which detailed the various techniques or paths of the Rinnegan for him to learn. And Naruto did just that, learning and trying to master the Rinnegan's unknown but godly powers. 3 days of non-stop training in how to use the Rinnegan ensured he knew most of its techniques, but he couldn't learn all. Naruto deduced that he needed experience in using it against real opponents first, but the time for that would soon come to him. Right now, he could use all the paths of the Rinnegan except one, but showed complete mastery over 3, which were the Diva, the Asura and the Pre-top paths. He still couldn't use the Naraka path, and he thought the animal and human paths, though powerful in their own right, weren't really his style, though they had their uses. Obito had watched his little cousin's progress on his Rinnegan with interest. He saw that Naruto could utilize more abilities of the Diva and Asura path, while the Pre-top path was more versatile in comparison to Pain's. He deduced that since Nagato had a transplanted Rinnegan, he couldn't fully use the true potential of the Rinnegan whilst Naruto's had his own naturally evolved Rinnegan. He is showing more focus with the Rinnegan than Nagato could despite only using 5 out of the 6 paths. Remarked Black Zetsu as he appeared out of the ground besides Obito. Indeed he is. He is growing stronger, Zetsu. He might very well surpass Madara one day. Call my little cousin, Zetsu. It's time to formally agree on an alliance between the Akatsuki and the Blackfire Empire. Of course. And Zetsu sank back to the ground. Below, Naruto was training on how to use his new powers. He could use 5 of the 6 Rinnegan paths, and his use of the Amaterasu with his Kagutsuchi had surpassed his expectation. The flames of Amaterasu burned on his left hand, but it didn't burn him. He was controlling the black hellfire with his Kagutsuchi, manipulating it to give form and shape. He made a black blazing flower from the Amaterasu flame as Zetsu came out from the ground. Naruto-sama, Obito wants to see you. Informed Zetsu as Naruto killed the fire and he got up. Tell him that I will come. Replied Naruto and Zetsu sank back. Naruto got up and walked the stairs to meet his older cousin accompanied by his wife, his concubines and detachment of soldiers. Naruto wore a black shirt with red lines and matching black pants with Amagajide army boots. He wore a black double-breasted, military trench coat that extended to his knees with a black belt. The left wide lapel had red fur stick to top it and a gold medallion on top of the wide lapel, near the collar. He had a gold chain around his chest and he wore a cape with the Blackfire symbol to complete his outfit. One of Naruto's soldiers prepared his chair and Naruto sat, facing his older cousin who had the remaining Akatsuki members as his guard. Tell me, Obito Nai, why did you disturb my training? Asked Naruto, hoping his older cousin wasn't trying to test his patience. Because I thought you might want to hear that the Hidden Leaf is destroyed and the 4th Hokage, your father, is dead. Interesting. Tell me more. After Itachi's death, I ordered the leader of the Akatsuki, Nagato or Pain, to attack the leaf for the 9 Tails Jinchuriki, who are also your half-siblings. The attack went better than expected, I must admit, with the entirety of the village destroyed. But however, that blasted Minato sabotaged everything by using the Reaper Death Seal, the same seal Kushina used on your mother, to seal Nagato's soul into the belly of the Reaper. Informed Obito as Naruto nodded in understanding. In every failure, there is always a small victory to be found. Tell me, Nai-san, there must be something you've gained from this. Asked Naruto and Obito chuckled. You're right in that. Much of the village is destroyed and shinobi are in critical danger. Tsunade is in a coma as she exhausted her reserves healing the wounded. Konan, Nagato's partner, had managed to capture Mito Yuzuka's and fatally wound Kushina though at the cost of her own life. Now, Kushina is crippled forever and under life support. Naruto laughed uncontrollably at the Leaf situation. Those bastards got what they deserved. Though I am saddened to hear that my dear old dad is dead in the Reaper's stomach. Shame because I would be like to inflict on him 17 years of hate and anger. And Kushina, well, guess a visit is in order. What of Danzo? Asked Naruto since Danzo wasn't there in pain's assault to begin with. Ah yes. Danzo Shimura. He has returned to the Leaf Village with his army of brainwashed Foundation drones, over 560, and established a military dictatorship with himself as 5th Hokage candidate. So, Danzo is the 5th Hokage, huh? Well, I hate to admit it, Tsunade or Kakashi-sensei were better than him, but I don't care about it. What else do I need to know? Do things, my younger brother. An alliance between your empire and the Akatsuki. Your army and mine against the hidden villages. I was planning on conquering the elemental nations anyways. Allying with you will make it easier. I already sent word back to Demon. Over 150 million soldiers of my empire will soon march on this continent. Good. It's even better than I hoped for. As for the second, I want you to capture the 8 Tails Jinchuriki for me. You want me to capture the 8 Tails for you? Of course. Why don't you get your allies to do it themselves? Kisame Hoshigaki is a powerful ninja and Joris Abulo and Ini's Greybeard aren't so far behind in power. Yes, but the 7 Tails Jinchuriki had escaped her prison and I am sending Joris and Ines to capture her. Kisame is here to keep guard on Mito. I need to make preparations for step 3 of my plans and you are my only hope. Besides, one Tia Jinchuriki with full control over his tailed beast give you a fun dance. Fine. You got your deal. I will capture the 8 tails for you, but in return you must do something for me. And that is, to send a message to my servants in the Leaf, Nai-san. Of course. I will write the message I need to be sent. Gurren, prepare my forces to capture the 8 tails. Yes, my lord. And Gurren went outside to carry out the order. Things are going better than I anticipated. Thought Obito seeing his cousin drop the message written on a letter and leaving to capture the 8 tails for him. Soon, the Eye of the Moon plan will be complete and a world of dreams will replace the harsh cruel reality of the world. In Cloud Village, walking atop the water and body flicking through the mountain steps was Taiya, who had the Rinnegan in her left eye. Her master, Naruto, decided to give her the power of the animal path since he was satisfied with his own dragon summons and now, she was running atop the water to get to Killer B's location. Naruto could see everything Taiya saw via the shared Rinnegan sight and with help from Karen's sensory ability, was guiding her to Killer B's location. Taiya, take a right turn ordered Naruto and she did as commanded. Naruto then saw the storm cloud ravine where the 8 tails was. Good. You did your job Taiya. Now, use the power I gave you to summon my detachment. Yes my master. Replied Taiya as she performed the summoning jutsu and in a poof, Naruto in his chakra armor and his detachment arrived. His detachment consisted of Suigetsu and Jugo who were given the name, the Monster Duo, and his concubine slaves who were given a Rinnegan path to empower them each. Haku was with D the path, though he only shared with her some of the path's power since he needed the power for future battles. Samui and Kuritsuchi had one Rinnegan in their eyes and they were his Asura path, sharing the path's power. Taiya was his animal path, Kin his human path, Tamari his Preta path, and Karen was to be his Naraka path when he could use its power. Gurren wasn't with him as she was tasked to protect Shizuka, so could not join the battle. Naruto waited for the Jinchuriki to come down as he was sure it would sense their presence. He was right and a moment later, Killer B appeared. I've met you before. That day, 3 years ago on the Chunin exams back in the Leaf. Remarked Naruto at seeing Killer B. So, you're the Jinchuriki host of the 8 Tails huh? I really should stop forgetting some things. That is Lord 8 Tails Jinchuriki sir to you fool. Rapped Killer B and a tumbleweed came by just then. Samui, is he always like this? Asked Naruto to his concubine who nodded. Yes master. Killer B always speaks in raps and rhymes. Replied Samui and Killer B looked at her in shock. Samui you're alive where you been all this time? Asked Killer B, not believing she was still alive all these years. I found my purpose serving my one and only true master, Naruto Uchiha. What did you do to her, fool you fool? I opened her eyes and now, she's mine. Spoils of war one guess. Naruto smugly replied as Killer B got a bit angry. I am not sensing any disturbance in her chakra flow. The 8 Tails told his Jinchuriki host through their mental link. You sure Ado? Positive. I don't believe it. It has to be some sort of trick. There is no seal on her to make her like this, which leaves only one possibility left. The Kodomatsukami. The Kodomatsukami? Yes. Be careful not to look at him B. Though the Nirvana seal on us will protect us from the mind control, the Uchiha still has other visual powers to hurt us. .80. Over on his side, Naruto noticed the little seal atop Killer B's forehead. He knew what the seal was from Obito's report. It was the Nirvana seal. A seal specifically made to ensure the Kodomatsukami mind control could not take place, and from Obito's report, almost every ninja in the hidden villages must be headed so as to not blindly follow Naruto, courtesy of Kushina Uzumaki. Though the seal protected people from the Kodomatsukami, it didn't free those victims already under the mind control, so was a 50-50 seal. Damn that witch, but no matter. I am already pleased with my empire and the peoples I command, so the seal was already useless to begin with. Besides, it's not like it's going to work on someone already controlled by me, remarked Naruto as he got ready to fight. Sujetsu, Jugo, take the right and left. Girls, scatter out. Give him no room to escape. Hi, his allies said in unison and took their positions. Sujetsu. Naruto called out Sujetsu, who nodded and attacked Killer Bee, who was rapping. Killer Bee blocked Sujetsu's attack like it was nothing and disarmed him from his blade as well. Just step back, Sujetsu. I'll take him on, said Jugo as his left side partially transformed. Killer Bee was rapping yet again, and in anger, Jugo shouted, stop messing around, and attacked, but he was down in 10 seconds flat. Just what is this guy? First he blocks my executioner's blade, then he uses it like he owns it, and now he took down Jugo, thought Sujetsu, angry and weirded out at Killer Bee. My powers are flash, but there's still more on my statch. That may be me, the rapping Killer Bee, yeah. This battle you initiated, but you just got disintegrated out. Killer Bee just bit his tongue, and he picked up Jugo, throwing him back at Naruto, who picked him up. You made me bit my tongue. Karen. Naruto called out to Karen, who came forward immediately. Heal Jugo of his wounds. I'll handle this nuisance. And Naruto walked forward, with his Narada drawn from its sheath. A katana. No doubt about it. It's the Narada, thought Killer Bee, seeing the famed Dark Singer sword. He thought after defeating and killing Naruto, he'll take the sword with him, along with the hypnotized Samui. Master, be careful out there. Killer Bee is a master of swords and can fight with 8 swords at the same time, warned Samui to her master, who nodded. I'll keep that in mind. Naruto replied and disappeared using Flash Step. Be above you, the 8 tails warned his host, and Killer Bee blocked Naruto's attack with the executioner's blade. That kid is fast, complimented Killer Bee, as only his brother or the 4th Hokage could move that fast. Let's see you try defending against this, said Naruto as he jumped back and flash stepped here and there, moving so fast he created after images. Killer Bee was stunned by this. The kid who was going to capture him was even faster than his brother. Naruto attacked Killer Bee again, and the latter only dodged due to his years of experience. Naruto easily cracked the executioner's blade due to the sharpness of the Narada, but he jumped back and like he hoped, Killer Bee attacked. Naruto jumped up, putting his Narada inside the hole on the executioner's blade, and kicked Killer Bee in the face about 7 times. Naruto gave Sujetsu back his blade, and Killer Bee wobbled back. The 7 chakra-enhanced kicks Naruto delivered upon a person would usually kill a person, and Killer Bee lived only due to the healing factor of the tailed beasts. Killer Bee got serious as he pulled out all his 8 stances, and instead of feeling joy like a cloud nin would or fear from enemy ninja, Naruto looked confused. What in the name of Bahamut is this? Asked Naruto, as he had never before seen such a weird stance. Killer Bee smirked and attacked Naruto with great speed. Naruto kept up with Killer Bee due to his Sharingan, and even then, it barely helped him at all. Killer Bee moved faster than any opponent Naruto had faced before, and Naruto was barely keeping up. Shit. He moves faster than Menmar Sasuke did. He even moves faster than Demon, thought Naruto as he was carefully looking at Killer Bee's movement, then dodged an attack. Killer Bee took this moment to strike Naruto, but the latter's chakra armor prevented any damage from happening to him. Naruto activated his Rinnegan to attack. Almighty push, and Killer Bee was sent back to the other side of the ravine, destroying the ground as Bee was pushed. Nice one, Naruto complimented Sujetsu at seeing Killer Bee pushed back. So that's the power of the Rinnegan. It truly is powerful, remarked Jugo, though he knew that wasn't all what the Rinnegan could do from seeing Naruto's training. Ugh, what hit me? Thought Killer Bee as he didn't know what hit him. Careful, Bee. The Uchiha is more powerful than you think, warned the 8 tails as Killer Bee got up for round 2. Naruto waited for Killer Bee to attack, but it seems Bee had the same idea in mind. So, you want to come to me? Guess I'll just have to bring you to me. Universal pull. And Naruto pulled Killer Bee so that he could be pierced by Narada's tip. Shit. He can control gravity. Watch out, Bee, shouted the 8 tails, and Bee managed to avoid being pierced by the Narada. Killer Bee encased his swords with lightning chakra, and Naruto retaliated with encasing Narada and Scarlet Lightning, and the two dueled. To those witnessing the battle, the combatants looked like mere flashes, as their speed was too fast to be seen by normal eyes. Naruto managed to break 3 of Killer Bee's swords, and Naruto kicked Killer Bee in the stomach, sending him flying. Sujetsu attacked, but Killer Bee managed to block, and Jugo gave Killer Bee a hard chakra-empowered punch, sending Killer Bee flying to the top of the ravine. Naruto, seeing him, fired a zero, but Killer Bee dodged in time and he came back, attacking the trio. Naruto managed to survive B's attack with his chakra dome, just as Jugo gave him another punch. A crater was made from the impact, but Killer Bee was nowhere to be seen. Substitution. Remarked Naruto. Damn it. Where the hell is he? Asked Sujetsu in anger. Karen, find him, ordered Naruto, and Karen did as ordered. Yes, master. And Karen focused for 5 seconds till she found Killer Bee. Yes, over there on the mountaintop. Far away, Killer Bee saw that he was found. That girl is a sensory type, huh? But no matter, cause here comes the 8 tails Wii, and B leaked out 8 tails chakra and he was fully covered in it. You go now, and Jugo threw Naruto all the way to the mountaintop and Naruto activated his dragon wings to fly just as Killer Bee came at his opponents. That chakra. So he activated the version 1 cloak. Naruto's chakra dome impacted with Killer Bee's cloak, but Killer Bee wouldn't budge as he kept trying and even managed to deplete Naruto's dome by 40. Naruto gave another almighty push and Killer Bee was sent flying back. Killer Bee activated his version 2 cloak and attacked but missed Naruto. Killer Bee didn't care as he went after Naruto's comrades instead. Naruto then activated his full dragon armor and kicked Killer Bee down to the huge lake below. Fire style. Majestic demolisher flame, and Naruto spat out a river of fire at Killer Bee, who managed to run away. Killer Bee attacked once more, but Naruto managed to place him under Genjutsu and Killer Bee fell down to the ground, unconscious. And Naruto flew down, his dragon armor disappearing as he thought he won. Yeah, we got him, shouted Sujetsu at the apparent victory until. Lariat. Killer Bee gave Naruto a tailed beast empowered lariat, breaking his chakra dome and managing to deliver a fatal wound on him. The impact of the lariat sent Naruto flying back to his comrades. Killer Bee sounded at delivering his attack successfully. Naruto-sama, the girls screamed in unison as Jugo managed to save him just in time. Jugo put Naruto down as Karen rushed over to him. Naruto-sama, can you hear me? Karen then pulled out her arm so that Naruto could be healed via her heal bite ability. His armor took a brunt of the damage for him, but he still has cracked ribs, a ruptured lung and internal bleeding. Jugo said as Karen nodded. Everyone looked to see Killer Bee transform into the full 8 tails, which was a hybrid between an ox and an octopus. Charming. The girls, using their respective Rinnegan, granted powers along with Sujetsu, who somehow transformed into a water beast, then distracted Killer Bee till Naruto was fully healed. Jugo stripped Naruto of his armor as he put his transformed arm on top of Naruto's chest. Jugo, what are you doing? Merging my body with Naruto's Sasuke was compatible with the curse seal, and Naruto is much stronger than Sasuke was. So, he should be compatible with me as well. Replied Jugo just as Naruto's chest was healed. Jugo, thank you. Naruto whispered just as he saw Killer Bee prepare a tailed beast bomb. Shit, cursed Naruto as he flash stepped in front of Sujetsu and activated his armored Susanoo. The armored Susanoo blocked the tailed beast bomb with a Yatamir and it gave Killer Bee a punch. The two started trading fists, though Bee couldn't deal any real damage to the Susanoo. Naruto used his Susanoo to punch Killer Bee and gave the Asaka Magatama barrage to his face. Nearby, 2 Jonin of the Hidden Cloud had ran to Storm Cloud Ravine after hearing all the commotion. Is that Lord Killer Bee? But though Lord Raikage ordered him to not transform. Said one of the Jonin, but his comrade dismissed him. Look at that. Lord Killer Bee is fighting against some sort of chakra avatar. I've never seen it before. Who could wait? And the Jonin focused more chakra to his eyes and he saw who was attacking Killer Bee. It is Izuna Uchiha, but the Uchiha who was falsely imprisoned. The same Uchiha who killed Itachi Uchiha and 3 other Akatsuki members. His comrade asked, to which he nodded. Yes. He is way out of our league to even try to fight. We have to inform Lord Raikage of this. Naruto cut the 8 tails second tailed beast bomb with his Kusanagi sword and he dealt a fatal blow to Killer Bee via Kusanagi sword swing. Every time either attacked, the rocks from the mountains would fall down, endangering Naruto's comrades. I have to end this. If I unleash my perfect Susanoo, I may endanger my comrades and accidentally kill Killer Bee. I can seem to beat him into submission anytime soon too. No choice, I will use this jutsu instead. Thought Naruto as his Susanoo dissipated. Hey Naruto, why do you let go of your Susanoo thingy, huh? You were almost winning. Shouted Sujetsu. No chance, Sujetsu. If I use my Susanoo any longer, I could accidentally kill you all. Now all of you, stay back, shouted Naruto, and when they did, he activated the Amaterasu to form like a burning flower on his right palm. Time for this jutsu. Amaterasu Kagetsuchi. Dragon of the darkness flame, and out came a long dragon made from the fires of Amaterasu. The black fiery dragon roared as it wrapped itself around Killer Bee, who was screaming in pain. Killer Bee tried to quench the fire by the water, but it wasn't possible. The dragon fully wrapped itself around Killer Bee and it roared just as it bit Killer Bee. Naruto protected his comrades via his Susanoo as the Amaterasu flames were encompassing the surrounding areas. After 2 full minutes of struggling, Killer Bee fell down, exhausted, and Naruto killed the Amaterasu flames. Naruto checked Killer Bee's pulse to find he was still alive and lost consciousness. Karen, check the areas. Is it really him? Yes, master. And after 30 seconds, Karen responded, it's him, master. He didn't substitute like he did in the fight. Good. Jugo, carry him. Taiya, fly to the outskirts of the city and use the summoning to get us out of here. Your wish is my command, master. Replied Taiya, and she flew atop the giant bird to the outskirts of the village as ordered. We got Obito Nai-san's request done. And now, time to kill Danzo Shimura. 5 Summit, hidden grass outpost of Kush. Naruto stood on the war cabinet room in the eastern outpost of Kush. After he had captured the 8 Tails Jinchuriki, Killer Bee, he gave orders for the army garrison in Kush and Puth Mist village to ready their army, which would be strengthened by his Imperial Guard and additional help from the Arid Man Enoch. Currently, over 40,000 soldiers were preparing to carry out his orders. To destroy the Hidden Leaf village. Naruto was going to eliminate Danzo, his army of drones and everyone in the leaf. He could hear the sounds of tanks moving and troop transporters running. Jet fighters ready to take to the air and behemoths roaring in all their might. Naruto turned his head to see his older cousin, Obito Uchiha, swirl into his room. Obito Nai-san. Came to watch the preparations for the leaf's downfall. My 2 servants have already delivered what I asked for and the village is like a sitting duck. No, though that would be fun to see. The reason I came here is because I wanted to tell you that Danzo is not in the leaf village. Yes, not. Yes. After the 8 Tails Jinchuriki was captured, the 4th Raikage called for a 5 summit which will be held in the Land of Iron, and since Danzo is 5th Hokage candidate, he is attending. Well, doesn't that just suck? Gurren cancel the invasion. There has been a change of plans. Shouted Naruto at Gurren, who immediately nodded and left. Now what will you do? I will kill Danzo, of course. Good luck on that, little brother. I'll be there to lend you aid if necessary. And Obito swirled back to his dimension. Taiya, call the girls as well as Sujetsu and Jugo. Get winter clothing for them all. We go to the Land of Iron. Yes, master. And Taiya left as well to get the Danzo extermination squad ready. It's time you finally pay for everything you did, Danzo. I will enjoy every moment as I will slowly rip apart your body, limb by limb. Few days later, Land of Iron. The Land of Iron, despite its name, wasn't a literal land of iron, but covered in snow all over. A big gigantic forest with mountains and snow every day, every month and every month. The country was known for its samurai and their chakra blades, which can turn normal chakra into a deadly attack, which was great for non-ninja in the world. Its leader was a man named General Mifune. He fought in the Second Ninja War and was even able to fight Hanzo the Salamander to a duel and survive. Something only the legendary 3 Sannin and Lady Chiyo of the Hidden Sand were able to do. Currently, in a huge building guarded by hundreds of samurai were the 5 Kage, each with 2 guards of their own. They were called by both the 4th Raikage and 5th Hokage candidate, though the reasons why both called for the summit was very different. Let us begin the 5 Kage summit. I am General Mifune and I will be the mediator for the summit. First off, each Kage must put down their hat and a formal introduction must start. Said Mifune to all the Kages present. I'll start first. 3rd Tsuchikage of the village hidden in the stone, Enoki. Started the 3rd Tsuchikage and his guards were Akatsuchi and a Jonin who had the same bloodline as Deidara. 4th Raikage of the Hidden Cloud, A, and second to answer was A, and his escort guards were Dari and C. 5th Mizukage of the Hidden Mist, Mei Terumi. Pleased to meet you all. Said Mei, who was trying to be friendly since it was her first time seeing other Kages. Her guards were Chijuro and Raizetsu. 5th Kazekage of the Sand, Baki. And second last was Baki, former sensei to the Sand siblings. His escorts were Kankuro and Granny Chiyo. 5th Hokage of the Hidden Leaf village, Danzo Shimura. And last was Danzo, who was escorted by Toru Naburam and Fu Yamanaka, his top foundation nin. Well then, let us begin the 5 Kage summit. Lord Raikage, you were the first to ask for the summit, so let us hear what is so urgent that a summit had to be issued. And Mifune gave A his time. Thank you, General. It is about the Akatsuki. They have taken all the Jinchuriki except one, and we must take a stand against them now. Said as the other Kage thought it over. The Akatsuki and the tailed beasts can be discussed later. Danzo said, getting their attention, and A gritted his teeth in anger. What could be more important than the disappearance of the tailed beasts? The threat of the Blackfire Empire and the lands beyond the sea. And everyone in the room, except Mei and her escorts, looked at Danzo as if he was crazy. Are you out of your mind? There are no lands beyond the sea, retorted A, and Danzo scoffed. My top infiltrators were able to stole this from the hidden grass. And Danzo unveiled the scroll to reveal the full world map. This is the full world map. One of my top Anbu, Fu Yamanaka, was able to get inside one of the grass ninja's head to see their memories. What he got was shocking. There are a total of 6 continents in the world with one still left unexplored and one not fully mapped. The largest continent, called the Arid Man Enoch, had been in a constant state of war for centuries. Until 3 years back, when the Blackfire family who ruled over the nation of Magog united the continent, stopping the war. A man from the Blackfire family was crowned as emperor over not just the continent but also the continents of the north, the south, and the one between the seas. He is called Constantine Blackfire, but here he is Izuna Uchiha, descendant of Madara Uchiha. That Uchiha shouted A in rage at the name. He is the one who captured B. Calm down, Reikage, said Baki, trying to calm his fellow Kage. Don T, you think it is strange that the Uchiha would kill 4 members of the Akatsuki and yet join them? This seems odd to me. Indeed it does, Kazukiage. And this is the 3rd ninja of the Hidden Leaf to join the Akatsuki. First Orochimaru, then Itachi Uchiha, and now the descendant of Madara himself. Remarked Inoki, thinking the leaf had a curse for its misfortunes. It does not matter. What is important is how we deal with this Blackfire Empire, said Danzo, activating a subtle genjutsu on Mifune via his many transplanted Sharingan eyes. As the mediator for the summit, I suggest the creation of an alliance. An army assembled from 4 continents would be no doubt bigger than anything the ninja world has faced. So, the creation of an alliance between the ninja villages is the only hope. As such, I think the Hokage should be the leader, as the leaf has the Jinchuriki of the 9 tails, said Mifune, and Ace stood up in rage. Never, this man is known as the darkness of the ninja world, and for good reason. Unsanctioned missions, assassination of nobles, kidnapping, brainwashing, acts of terrorism, he has done it all. We've seen them in the reports. Not to mention he could be allied with Orochimaru in the failed invasion so as to kill the 4th Kazukiage and 4th Hokage so that he could be the one in charge. As if you and the Cloud Village is any better, Reikage. You tried to kidnap Kushina Uzumaki after the Uzumaki clan's downfall and even tried to kidnap Hinata Hyuga when she was 4 years old. To learn clan secrets and his breeding stock so that your ninja could be stronger and that you can have an army of Uzumaki and Hyuga. Retorted Danzo back at the Reikage. Auntie, forget how you even crippled or killed all the powerful Jonin in the cloud except the Jinchuriki so that they 1T get strong enough to one day replace you. Why, you little, the Reikage nearly shouted as his blood boiled in anger. But luckily, before a fight broke out, Raizetsu came and pushed chakra into Mifune and to tell them of her discovery. Why don't you show us your right arm and right eye, Hokage? Demanded Raizetsu, and Danzo got a bit nervous. And why should I? They have been lost to me in the first war. Oh really? Then why is that I see 10 implanted Sharingan as well as an artificial right arm made from some substance? And let us not forget an 11th Sharingan in your right eye. Raizetsu said as Danzo got really nervous. You've been controlling the general so as to make you the leader of the allied ninja forces. Is this true? Asked Inoki as he floated up and the other Kage and their bodyguards got ready in case they needed to fight. But before a fight could be held, a white Zetsu appeared out of the ground. By hello, said the Zetsu clone as he faced the Kages. Guess what? Izuna Uchiha has snuck into the building. But that bastard Uchiha is here, shouted asked the Reikage. Let us all play a game of hide and seek to find Izuna, shall we? Ugh, the Zetsu was then strangled by the Reikage. Tell me now, where is Izuna Uchiha? But the Reikage killed the clone almost immediately. Damn it, Darui, see, follow me. We are hunting that Uchiha for what he did to B, and the Reikage destroyed the wall to find the murderer of his little brother. All units, scatter now, search the floors, we have an intruder. Said Mifune via the radio to his samurai. That Reikage is truly violent. Remarked Inoki as he gave the get-go for Akatsuchi and his other bodyguard to fight the Uchiha as payback for the invasion 3 years back. The Uchiha he'll pay for what he did to Gaara and Temari. Sensei, can we go? Asked Kankuro, wanting to get revenge as well. Lady Chiyo, let us go as well. Time to get our own 10 pounds of flesh. Said Baki as he left with Kankuro to fight the Uchiha intruder, and Chiyo wasn't far behind. 2 Kages along with 6 high Jonin level ninja against my master. They don't stand a chance against my master's true power. Thought Mei as she decided to keep an eye on Danzo as her master, Naruto, had ordered her to. The samurai were running here and there in search of Naruto. Their sounds were proof needed to Naruto to know that the Kage knew he was there. I wonder if it could a sensory ninja, but all the same, it doesn't matter. Thought Naruto as he stood up. Jugo, Sujetsu, you will protect my right and left if the Kage come. I'll need to ensure a sneak attack doesn't come at me. Rest of you, stay here till I say otherwise. Hi, they said in unison, and Naruto jumped down in front of the samurai. There he is, surrender now, intruder. I'll say this once, get out of my way. I want to be able to control myself if you come at me. Said Naruto, trying to avoid bloodshed. It didn't work. Yes, all talk and no bite. Get him, said the samurai captain as he unleashed 2 chakra attacks from his blades, directed against Naruto. The attacks were deflected easily as the chakra dome protected Naruto. I warned you. Zero. And Naruto fired a zero, killing 3 samurai at once. What the samurai was split in half as Naruto cut him with Narada. The others charged at Naruto, but he cut them all down effortlessly. TCH, mere cannon fodder. He remarked as he finished them all and a second wave arrived, with the Raikage and his escorts. The Uchiha, I'll show you no mercy, just as you showed none to my little brother, shouted A as his lightning armor activated. HMPH, come and try. And Naruto jumped ahead, but the black-skinned Cloud Jonin whom Naruto recognized from the bingo book as Derry had countered with water style. Wall of water and lightning style. Emotion wave. Naruto was pushed back as the other Jonin, C, gave out a Genjutsu. It was useless against his armor, and so was the Raikage's attack. Time to use this. Thought Naruto as his Narada sparkled with the scarlet lightning and was wrapped with the Amaterasu flames. This was the combination of 3 Mangekyou powers, Amaterasu, Kagutsuchi and Raijin, and the result was what Naruto dubbed as chaos style. Naruto swung Narada on the ground, creating a circle, and he focused more chakra to his blade, and he unleashed his jutsu. Chaos style. Jutsuga Tenshu and the attack destroyed much of the ground, but the Raikage managed to save himself and his Jonin. That attack was powerful, it is easily high A to low S rank. He could V killed us in one swing, thought Derry, seeing the destructive potency of the Jutsuga Tenshu. DCH, I didn't get them. Cursed Naruto in his mind just as the Raikage came down. Jugo Sujetsu and the monster duo came down. Keep the others distracted while I deal with Raikage. His brute strength and speed is too much for either of you, but don't hold back against your opponents either. One of them is Derry, user of the Black Lightning. Right. Replied Jugo as Sujetsu got his executioner's blade to duel with Derry. The Raikage and Naruto were attacking each other while trying to see who was faster, and they were both even. Naruto found it a bit difficult to penetrate the lightning armor and A too cold to do any damage to him due to the chakra dome. Kankuro had just entered the floor. He got his new puppet, the third Kazekage, ready to fight Naruto, but as he was preparing, his sister came down to fight him. Damari, you are alive, shouted Kankuro, seeing his older sister again. Wait, why didn't you come back to the sand? Let us say I like my new life serving Lord Izuna, brother. Replied Tamari, and Kankuro got angry. That Uchiha. I'll kill him. Swore Kankuro as the third Kazekage puppet, which he fixed and modified with his own puppets, and those of Sasori's like Haruko and the 100, got ready to fight. So makeup boy grew some balls, huh? Shame it took too long. Said Naruto as he spew out his fire style. Majestic demolisher flame at the Raikage who moved away. Liger bomb, shouted the Raikage as he gave Naruto one of his signature moves, the Liger bomb, and the floor cracked. Most who were victim to the Liger bomb would usually become jelly, but Naruto's chakra dome protected him. How? No one could survive the Liger bomb until now. Said Derry, shocked. Gen uses like him are rare. Simply remarked C. DCH, haha, that was a good move, though I have my own tricks. Fire style. Hiding in Ash Jutsu, and Naruto breathed out Ash and he disappeared. Where is he? Demanded the Raikage as Naruto disappeared along with his comrades, and the stone ninja came in along with Baki and Granny Chiyo. Right here, and A looked up to see a fire jutsu being thrown at him. He managed to avoid the attack just as Naruto came down. I will say this once, I am here for Danzo Shimura and him alone. Step aside and I will spare your miserable little lives. Said Naruto, but none seemed to listen. Shouldn't we be down there? Asked Sujetsu as he was confused as to why Naruto would make them stay put. You heard him, Sujetsu. With the others there we are outmatched. Replied Jugo as Sujetsu groaned. Except him apparently. Well, he does have the eternal Mangekyou and the Rinnegan. Remarked Jugo as Sujetsu got angry at the reminder. I know that, stop reminding me. Iron Sand. Gathering assault, shouted Kankuro as he used his third Kazekage puppet to fire multiple weapons at Naruto, whose chakra dome protected him still. Black Lightning. Black Panther, muttered Derry as he attacked with his Black Lightning jutsu, though the attack too was nullified by the dome. It seems there is a dome of chakra emanating from his armor that prevents any real damage from being taken. Remarked Baki, having deduced the armor and its function. Let us see you take on damage this eyes. During the 3 years, Baki had infused himself with the cells of Rasa and Gaara, allowing him to control sand and gold dust like the two before him. Sand coffin. And sand surrounded like a tomb. Sand funeral. But the attacks did nothing as the dome was still active. Your attacks are nothing to me. You sand ninja are just as weak as I remember you 3 years ago in that failed invasion. The stone are just as cowardly, and the cloud is disappointing to say the least. Perhaps I am being generous, but is this how you plan to avenge Killer Bee? You brat, auntie, you dare underestimate the Raikage, shouted A as he gave Naruto a hard chop to his armor. The chop from A was clashing with Naruto's chakra dome, and A even managed to destroy some parts of the dome, but his hand was severely damaged. He jumped back to sea so that he could heal his wounded arm as the stone ninja tried their luck. The stone golem punched Naruto, but it too again was rendered useless, and so were the bombs. Naruto gave a maniacal sinister laugh at his superiority over the cages. His chakra armor must have some sort of a limit. He has been tanking high-level jutsu, and the dome must be depleted, said Baki as he prepared his attack. Kankuro, Lady Chiyo, prepare powerful attacks aimed at him. Our attacks should destroy his dome. And sand started swirling around Baki just as Kankuro prepared the third Kazukiage and Chiyo prepared her Sasori puppet. Let me join you sand guys, said Darui as he got ready to launch his attack, and so did C. Auntie forget a stone ninja, said Akatsuchi as he and his comrade prepared their attacks. Alright then. Everyone, fire everything you got. Gold sand shower barrage Baki. Iron sand. Spikes of death Kankuro. Fire and water Chiyo. Hail style. Laser circus Darui. Lightning style. Howling thunder wolf C. Earth style. Mud dragon bullet Akatsuchi. Explosive clay bomb stone Jonin. And about 10 samurai too launched their chakra attacks at Naruto, who smirked as he activated his eternal magicum, which then became the Rinnegan. Rinnegan Diva Path. Splitting void. Boom. Everyone thought their attack worked, but it didn't. They suddenly felt the air around themselves getting heavy and harder to breathe. They could barely stand while the samurai died from the intense pressure. Oh, that's too bad. They couldn't survive the release of my chakra. And everyone looked to see Naruto still alive and surrounded by his skeletal Susanoo. Kankuro, Baki and Akatsuchi still remembered the Susanoo. The dark malicious chakra, the demonic horns and the fear it produced was engraved onto their memories. AI has no doubt reached outside by now and summoned the other back outside, with the exception of Karen as I need her. Thought Naruto as he could only feel Karen's signature in the building. Now, shatter and be destroyed. The skeletal Susanoo formed a rapier in its hands and it struck the pillars. The pillars Kankuro shouted as the building was collapsing. His sensei, Baki, had used his sand in time to save them, but that was a distraction as Naruto got Karen and headed to Danzo. Is he there Karen? Yes master. A little bit more and we are there. Everyone looked up to see Naruto standing on the ceiling, having cut the curtains and staring at the people below. Danzo Shimura, your time to enter Tartarus has come. And General Mifune took the opportunity to attack Naruto. Out of my way. Thorin View knows our chance to escape, said Danzo as he ran out the room followed by his Anbu. I'll follow them. Raizetsu said as she ran after the three. Naruto jumped down in the middle of the room as Mifune and his samurai attacked him. General Mifune, stay back, I got my vengeance on you boy Haya, and Inoki fired his atomic dismantling jutsu. Rinnegan pre-top path, thought Naruto as he used the pre-top path of his Rinnegan to absorb the particle style, leaving Inoki speechless. What? How did you? Now that would be telling. Almighty push. And Naruto shot out his almighty push, putting the others down long enough for him to get Karen and chase Danzo. The other cage and their escorts arrived back to the room to find it empty and destroyed. Where is the Uchiha, demanded the Reikage. Now, Reikage. Bad temper isn't good for one's health. Taunted Obito as he swirled into the room. Who are you? Asked Baki as Tobi sat down and revealed his Sharingan. I am Madara Uchiha. And the statement shocked everyone, especially Inoki, down to the core. My great-grandson gave you quite the trouble I see, but that isn't why I am here. I am here to explain my plan to you. The Eye of the Moon plan. And so Obito did, telling the cage and the rest the history of the 10 tails and how the Sage of 6 Paths was its and subsequently the first Jinchuriki. How the sage split the chakra into 9 beings that would be the 9-tailed beasts of the Uchiha stone tablet and how his plan would work. Casting the infinite Tsukiyomi on the moon to create a Jinjutsu world and bringing peace to the lands. Of course, he demanded the 9 tails Jinchuriki Menma Uzukas, but the other 4 cage didn't allow that to happen. So, he decided to do the next thing. Which was to declare war. Then you leave me no choice. You may have been informed of the existence of continents beyond the sea, courtesy of Danzo Shimura, and it is true. 4 of the continents are under the complete control of my descendant and is an ally of the Akatsuki. So, consider this a formal declaration of war. War? Asked Inoki, shocked. It wasn't even 20 years since the last one. Yes. A true world war. 150 million soldiers of the Blackfire Empire, gathered from the 4 continents, march against you now. The next time we meet will be in battle. And Obito swirled back to his Kamui dimension. Now, the cage had to come up with a decision fast. A 4th ninja war was declared, and this time, the western continents had joined. A war to determine their right to continue existing as ninja. Their right to freedom against a world of Jinjutsu and lies. Death of Danzo, Naruto flash stepped through the snowy fields, stopping every now and then to take a breath or for Karen to confirm he was going in the right direction. He got word from Raizetsu via the comm links that she was following Danzo, and he was following her chakra signature through the forests of the Land of Iron. Parent, is Danzo near? Or at least Raizetsu? Asked Naruto to the Uzumaki, who then proceeded to use her sensory abilities to locate either the two. Yes master. Raizetsu is just 2 miles away from us. Good. Hold on tight Karen. And Naruto grabbed Karen and Flash stepped away, covering great distances in mere seconds. Naruto arrived besides an injured Raizetsu, who was immediately treated by Karen. Raizetsu, tell me, where is Danzo? Asked Naruto as he helped Karen in healing her with his limited medical ninjutsu. I followed them but his bodyguards managed to deal quite the damage to me, master. Forgive me. You did your best. Now, where is Danzo headed to? The Samurai Bridge. I know that place. Karen, is she fully healed? Just finished master. She can walk and fight again. Answered Karen and Naruto was pleased. Good. Said Naruto as he grabbed the two and he flash stepped them closer and closer to the Samurai Bridge. Danzo and his 2 Foundation Anbu ninja were running as fast as they could to get out of the Land of Iron and return to the Hidden Leaf. He was certain that a war or something close to it would happen soon and he needed to build up defenses. Danzo, the 3 looked back to see Naruto standing over on the other side of bridge, looking straight at them. I am going to feed you your own heart. Damn it. Torin, Fu, distract him while I get ready. Ordered Danzo as his 2 top nin did as ordered and attacked Naruto. Naruto wasn't in the mood to deal with mere cattle with some brainwashed cannon fodder. Fu attacked first, but Naruto easily sidestepped the attack. Torin got ready to attack, but his punches were rendered useless by the chakra armor's protective dome. Bala. And Naruto gave a Bala-empowered punch to Torin's stomach, killing him and burned Fu with the Amaterasu almost immediately. Parent, Raizetsu, stay back. Ordered Naruto and they did as commanded. Danzo finished getting prepared, but he was a bit angry he lost his best soldiers. He unveiled his right arm which had 10 Sharingan implanted on them, much to the disgust of the 2 girls, and Naruto's growing anger. Asking you how you got those eyes is pointless as I already know it. Although I want to ask you, is it true? Itachi slaughtered the clan following orders given to him by you and the elders. Danzo performed 3 hand signs which looked familiar to Naruto. Then, Danzo charged straight at Naruto, punching him, but the dome protected its owner. Naruto activated his eternal magicum, and the ribsage of his Susanoo came to life, with the skeletal arms grabbing Danzo. I'll ask once more, did you and the elders order Itachi to slaughter my clan? But Danzo gave no answer. Answer me now you pile of shit, and the Susanoo started crushing Danzo, who spat out blood. I didn't think he was that kind of man. Curse him. Itachi told you everything before he died, didn't he? It seems cough's blood you alone truly were special. So it is true. Flashbacks of the Uchiha massacre flashed in Naruto's mind. The deaths of Shisui, his clan members and his guardian Mikoto Uchiha, of how Itachi placed him in the Tsukiyomi, forced to relive every moment of the night for 72 hours straight. The truth being revealed to him by Obito and his realization that his life had been a lie. The Susanoo then advanced to the full skeletal Susanoo as it roared in anger and vasto Lord Ichigo's roar, dub and sub combined. Self-sacrifice. That is what makes a true shinobi. Never seeing the light of day, toying in the shadows. Not just Itachi but countless others have lived this way. This world couldn't function on ideals, childhood dreams, but still, Itachi telling you this secret makes him a traitor to the leaf. Upon hearing Itachi being called a traitor, Naruto's eyes glowed in anger and in an instant. Splash, the Susanoo crushed Danzo to death in its skeletal hands. Danzo wasn't there, just his filthy blood. Don't you ever speak a word concerning Itachi. Sure. And Naruto looked back to see Danzo still alive. Let us do battle with our eyes instead, and Danzo pulled out a kunai and attacked the Susanoo, but his kunai immediately got split in half upon impact with the Susanoo. Just as I thought, Susanoo. That splendid chakra avatar that protects and fights for you. Crush. The skeletal Susanoo then punched Danzo, killing him and destroying the ground. But Danzo survived the attack yet again via the Izanagi, and he stood atop the stone pillars. And the power in its attack is brilliant. I will enjoy taking your eyes as a part of my collection. The powers of Shisui Uchiha and of the Uchiha Prince will go well nicely with my collection. Naruto shouted as the Susanoo attacked Danzo, but he managed to jump away in time. The Susanoo chased Danzo, intending to kill him, but Danzo continued evading still. Parent, how come Danzo is still alive after Lord Izuna's attacks? He should be dead by now, said Raizetsu to Karen, who was just as confused. Beats me. It's definitely not a clone nor is it substitution. Replied Karen. Ninjutsu? I am not sensing any disturbance in Master's chakra nor ours. Whatever it is, we might have to intervene if things get bad. Danzo survived my Susanoo's attacks twice. It's not substitution, clones or Jinjutsu. It has to do with those hand signs he used before the fight. They look familiar, but what are they? Thought Naruto, knowing that whatever jutsu Danzo was using, it had to do with the 3 hand signs he used. Naruto got clear view of Danzo and focused chakra to his left eye. Amaterasu, he muttered as the black flames enveloped Danzo and he was dead in a split second. But that was pointless since Danzo survived the attack again and Naruto turned his Susanoo off. The Amaterasu. Haven't seen that in a while. It seems Itachi sealed it inside you as well, but yours is far stronger than Itachi's was, seeing as yours killed me in just a second, while Itachi cold tea. The powers of the Uchiha prince are no joke after all. Remarked Danzo, seeing how the prophecy of the Uchiha prince's power was true. Danzo got serious and weaved hand signs. Wind style. Vacuum bullets. Naruto's chakra dome protected him, but Naruto realized it was nearly depleted from his previous fights with the cage and their bodyguards and from the Aburamanbu of Danzo. Naruto jumped back as Danzo's air bullets eliminated his chakra dome. Naruto activated his Susanoo ribsage and he ran at Danzo, the air bullets rendered useless by the Susanoo. Danzo used his wind style to create a dust cloud just as Naruto came. Danzo took out a kunai, endlessing it with wind chakra to combat the power of the Narada. The two clashed and Naruto's sword delivered a fatal blow to Danzo. Zero. And Naruto fired the dark blue laser and Danzo became atoms. But Danzo survived yet again thanks to the Izanagi. The Zero. The unique power belonging to the dragons of the northern Shadowlands, the laser release. A beam of chakra so powerful it turns you to atoms. Such power in the hands of a brat like you is not right. I'll have my Anbu learn it after I am finished with you. Said Danzo, standing atop the stone pillar, having survived the Zero. Naruto looked at Danzo and he casted a genjutsu on him. Crows started to fly in large numbers and Danzo turned around to see Itachi. Itachi, how? Danzo said in fear as Itachi approached him. Die. Amaterasu. Said Itachi and the black flames enveloped Danzo. Danzo, with the help of his remaining Sharingan, snapped out of the genjutsu. I have to give you credit for placing me in a genjutsu, though yours is still far from Itachi's. With his masterful Tsukiyomi, he could freely manipulate time in a dreamscape. Shut up and die like the worm, you are chaos style. Jutsuga Tenshu, shouted Naruto as he shot Danzo with a Jutsuga Tenshu, but he managed to substitute himself in time. Naruto stood on the stone pillar just as seals started activating and Naruto was paralyzed. Look at the state he's in. Remarked Danzo as he approached the paralyzed Naruto. Danzo released the Izanagi just as he stood in front of Naruto. You should see yourself more clearly, child. Why did you think it was worth it to save the lives of such trash Itachi? All you are doing is making his sacrifice worthless. Danzo took Narada from Naruto, but the Narada sent a violent wave of lightning through Danzo's nervous system. The Narada I should be known it would not allow anyone else other than its chosen to wield it. Thought Danzo in anger as the Hashirama cells started to heal him. Naruto's Susanoo flared to life, advancing to the incomplete humanoid as Danzo fell to the ground. The paralysis seals on Naruto disappeared as he looked straight at Danzo. Parent Raizetsu to me. Naruto called the two girls who arrived besides him and he allowed them to enter his Susanoo. Lord Izuna Raizetsu decided to raise her concern over Danzo's apparent immortality. What are you going to do? Danzo seems to be invincible and your attacks don't seem to work on him. But they are Raizetsu. I've figured out his jutsu. You did? Yes. It is the visual jutsu forbidden even among the Uchiha. The Izanagi. Overhearing what Naruto just said, Danzo got nervous. You knew? You knew about the Izanagi? Danzo asked, to which Naruto laughed. Of course I would know, you filthy worm. A genjutsu cast on oneself, rather a victim, that blurs the border between fantasy and reality. The Izanagi rewrites fatal wounds as though they were dream, an illusion, thus granting some sort of immortality, but at the cost of a Sharingan. I killed you 4 times before and seeing as you have 11 implanted Sharingan, you have 7 lives left. You damned brat, so you figured it out. Yes. Now, perish, said Naruto as the Susanoo launched the Yasaka Magatama beads. The beads were moving at such that Danzo didn't have time to weave the hand signs for the Izanagi. It's too fast. I cannot dodge or weave the signs in time. I have no choice. Danzo then used the cells of Hashirama Senju to make a big tree that acted as a shield against the Magatama beads. So that's how. Naruto remarked, seeing the cells of the first Hokage on Danzo's right arm. What is master? Asked Karen as she was curious. Look at his right arm. I knew there had to be some way for Danzo to control this many Sharingan without intense side effects. That right arm of his is made from the cells of the first Hokage, Hashirama Senju. Only someone like Orochimaru could be made something like this. Answered Naruto just as Danzo activated the Izanagi. Here he comes. Naruto then threw another Yasaka Magatama barrage at Danzo, who was destroyed immediately. 5 Sharingan lost, 6 lives left. Danzo then ran straight at Naruto, inhaling large amounts of wind chakra and blowing it at the Susanoo, which blocked with the Yata mirror. Naruto threw another barrage of Yasaka Magatama beads, leveling much of the bridge's surface, but Danzo managed to escape. Shame that I can talk him in to join my side, and Madara seems to not join anytime soon. I need to kill the child and replace my lost Sharingan with his eyes so that I can control Madara. Thought Danzo, deciding on what to do. He bit his left hand's thumb and after weaving signs he put it on the ground. Summoning jutsu. And poof came out a gigantic reddish-orange tapir with claws and bandages on the head. Naruto knew what this summoning animal was as he was taught by Ekaterine during his early days. That summoning animal it is the Baku. A creature said to devour nightmares. It is bigger than I remember. The Baku then opened its mouth and it used its inhalation to try to suck in Naruto. Naruto formed the rapier swords of his Susanoo and his Susanoo grabbed it and thrust it into the pillar as a crutch to hold on. Danzo smirked thinking he won and launched multiple wind jutsu at the Susanoo but made the mistake of striking the Yata mirror which rendered his attacks useless. Fire style. Majestic destroyer flame. And Naruto breathed out his fire jutsu into the Baku's mouth, burning the creature as it returned to its realm. Naruto's Susanoo then cut Danzo with a rapier sword and killing him. 6. Sharingan lost. 5 lives left. Danzo stood on the bridge, below the pillar upon which Naruto stood and about 30 meters away. Tell me Izuna, how about you and I join forces? We can roll. Zero. Naruto fired a zero straight at Danzo who was destroyed immediately. He had no time to listen to his temptations. 7 lost and 6 left. Danzo stood a few meters behind his previous spot. Damned brat. Should V listen to me? My foundation and your empire together could rule all this world together. Think about such things. And I am saying you should shut up, Naruto replied back as he jumped down, his Susanoo becoming full humanoid and standing about 32 meters away. Naruto's Susanoo roared as it charged straight at Danzo. Danzo jumped up to avoid the Susanoo's punch, but he did not see Naruto just above him and was preparing another zero. And Danzo was dead. 8 Sharingan lost with 3 remaining. Naruto thought as he fell down to the ground. He used much of his chakra trying to destroy the paralysis seal, and he was a bit tired constantly using flash step, but he was still powerful enough to permanently kill Danzo. Danzo jumped back up with a kunai and Naruto spat out his fire style. Majestic demolisher flame and he roasted Danzo. Danzo checked his right arm again and enlisted his kunai with wind chakra and was intending to kill Naruto. Naruto took out Narada and enlisted with his chaos style. How many Uchiha had to die for your twisted lust for power? Demanded Naruto as he charged at Danzo. It was all thanks to Itachi. Replied Danzo as he too charged at Naruto. You made him do it, Naruto shouted as the two got closer and struck each other with their weapons. Squelch, both were pierced by the other's weapon as blood was flowing down their bodies. Now, your eyes are mine. All I have to do is activate my Izanagi, and Danzo then realized that he was put into a Jinjutsu. Shatter. Naruto said as reality seemed to just shatter and he disappeared and was behind Danzo. Itachi Nai-san gave me his Tsukiyomi which my eternal Manjikam made more powerful. While Itachi could manipulate time in one's mind with his Tsukiyomi, mine can manipulate all 5 senses as well as the sensory detectors. WHWH what? You heard it. I can control someone's senses and use it so that they can interpret things differently, just as I made you believe you still had more Sharingan to spare when in truth you only had one on your arm. I call it Kyoka Sagetsu. After the name I used to call my lovely wife. You lost the moment you stared into my eternal Manjikam, Danzo, and do you remember what I promised? Danzo gave Naruto a punch to which Naruto blocked. Naruto then grabbed Danzo's jaw and with his dragon armor's gauntlet, crushed Danzo's jaw. Danzo, in shock, moved back a bit just as Naruto ripped his heart out of his chest and put his heart in his mouth. Now swallow. And Naruto crushed Danzo's skull, killing him. Danzo returned again via Izanagi, but he lost all the Sharingan on his right arm. Danzo was screaming in pain as he lost control of the first Hokage cells, and a huge tree grew. Danzo wasted over 90% of his chakra, and now, he was at Naruto's mercy. Karen and Raizetsu came down to Naruto's side for Karen to heal him. Master, come on. Bite down. Karen said and Naruto bit her arm, much to her pleasure. Danzo used the remainder of his strength to sneak behind Raizetsu and take her hostage. Don't you dare think of using your tricks, Izuna Uchiha, or the girl gets it. Warned Danzo though what Raizetsu said was what he did not expect. Lord Izuna, just kill me with him. Raizetsu said and Danzo didn't he believe what he heard. Raizetsu Naruto didn't he know what to do in the moment. He had forgotten the fanaticism his followers had. You would stoop so low as to use a hostage Danzo? I need to survive for the future of the Hidden Leaf and the ninja world, Izuna. I must survive today no matter the cost. A war is soon coming, and only I am capable of leading the leaf through this, Izuna or should I say, God King of Magog, Chief Prince of Rosh, Meshach and Tubal. Really? So you heard of the prophecy? Indeed I am Gog, the future invader of the elemental nations as said in the prophecies of many tongues. But that knowledge in mind, I order you to stand now or I will kill the girl. Don't tell me you would be as heartless as Sasuke to allow someone to die for a ghoul. Naruto put his Narada on the ground as he lifted his hands in the air. I surrender, Danzo. Just let Raizetsu go. No Lord Izuna Don't. Quiet girl, good to see that you aren't so narrow-minded like most of your kin Izuna. Now, just stay there. Raizetsu, don't move. Said Naruto as in a flash, he grabbed Danzo's arm and freed Raizetsu. Then, Naruto fired another Zero on Danzo, killing him. Danzo returned again as he used a Sharingan on his right eye for Izanagi. Danzo then tried to attack Naruto again, but Naruto was too fast for his normal eye to see. Lightning style. Shakaho. And Danzo was electrocuted all over and he fell down. Naruto gave him a punch on his stomach and Danzo coughed out large amounts of blood from the punch. Naruto looked at Danzo again and used his Kyoka Sugsu to manipulate Danzo's senses, giving him years worth of torture. Danzo screamed in pain at the justice Naruto delivered upon him. Danzo had to escape and he tried to do so. Danzo crawled on the ground then with all his strength, tried running away. Naruto shot a bullet at Danzo's legs and Danzo could not run anymore. Obito then arrived just besides Danzo and laughed. Danzo, your time is up it seems. Remarked Obito in his Madara guise and Naruto arrived. Danzo summoned all of his strength, putting his robe down for one last attempt at saving the Leaf and Shinobi world. For the Shinobi world and the Leaf I cannot allow you two to continue to live, and seals appeared on Danzo's body. That seal is the reverse tetragram seal. Izuna, run said Obito as he used Kamui to slip underground while Naruto grabbed the girls and Flash stepped away. Danzo looked at the disappearing Obito as he reflected on his life and on Here's in Sarutobi. Where tree leaves dance, one shall find flames. The fire's shadow will illuminate the village and tree leaves shall bud anew. Just as you gave your life to protect the village so too shall I. Then, Danzo remembered his childhood days during the early days of the Leaf Village. How he and Hiruzen used to compete with each other and how Hiruzen was always better than him. In the end I could not become Hokage. No matter how far I ran I could not catch up with you. You were a tree upon which light shone while I was nothing more than the roots in the darkness. So, what do you think of me, Hiruzen? What was I to you? And the reverse tetragram seal engulfed half the entire bridge, sealing them all inside Danzo's corpse. Naruto stood over the edge, looking at the corpse of the one responsible for the death of Shisui and the clan, and the one responsible for Itachi's suffering. Shisui Nai, Itachi Nai, rest in peace. Naruto muttered softly as he then felt a familiar presence on the other side. Team 10 and his sensei. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.